This is how I finally got lean after struggling for forever. And coming from a fat kid who grew up chubby, never once in his life seen his abs, this is just crazy. And using the secrets that I'm about to share with you guys, I've managed to get lean in just 3 months. Whip out your notes, you're gonna learn something new today. Because I'm gonna talk about things that I've never seen anyone talks on YouTube ever when it comes to leaning down and getting shredded. Even though I got these 2 downs, I do not have the result that I wanted, that lean, that aesthetic physique. I said to myself, I'm going to the gym consistently 6 times a week, training to failure, sleeping 8-9 hours a day like a baby, because at the time I was a gym no life. What am I fucking up? Oh, it all strips back to the basic, the missing link of the Trinity. Dieting, or specifically nutrition, was the last missing piece of the Trinity. So let's begin. Now today I'm going to explain it to you guys in a very simple way, which is an iceberg tier. When it comes to nutrition, this is the simplest breakdown of nutrition ever. Calories determines your weight, macronutrients determine your body composition, and micronutrient determines your mood. That's the simplest breakdown ever. Calories in, calories out. This is the most basic shit, surface level ever. Even your uncle knows it. Oh, eat less, move more. But this tier, we're going to talk about the #1 thing that helped me getting lean and shredded is your eating window, or specifically fasting time. When you're restricting your eating window, you're living with hunger. You're getting used to it. You're forcing your mind to adapt to the hunger. If you're a complete beginner at this, I recommend a 10-hour eating window. If you wake up at 8 a.m. and eat at around 10 a.m., your last meal should be around 8 p.m. Simple. The leaner you want to push yourself, the stricter you want to be. At my peak cut, I was eating around a 4 to 6 hour window. Sometimes I'd be eating 1 meal a day, bro. 1 meal a day actually works amazing if you want to keep that calories in, because you just have 1 meal. And throughout my trials and errors, I've tried out every single eating window possible. 1 meal a day, literally the same gains, maybe a bit harder on your thyroid. And the second thing when it comes to calories is to track your damn calories, bro. So repetitive. Why are you even talking about this? It all strips back to the basic. And to the people who say, I got lean without tracking calories, I only track my weight and my food. You're still tracking anyways. My argument is, do you have too much of an ego to win? Because if you want to win as quick as possible in the shortest amount of time, the more things you can track, the faster you're going to win. Just use MyFitnessPal or Chronometer. Great apps. The thing about tracking is when you're tracking, you're more mindful with your food. You're bringing the unconscious into the conscious. Every single time you put food in your mouth, you're like, oh shit, this adds up. But when you're eating intuitively, sometimes you might be slacking off. Sometimes you don't even know what you're eating. And for most people, they have a problem of eating consistent amount of calories. And consistency is what literally builds momentum. 1 year ago, that picture I showed you guys, I was not tracking calories at all. So I don't even know what I was eating. I was eating intuitively. Once I finally dialed down on my food, then the magic starts to happen. I'm just gonna go through this very quickly. To be able to lose fat, you need to be in a caloric deficit. Doesn't even matter if you're eating carnivore, if you're eating 6,000 calories a day. You can only jack up your metabolism for so much. To lose fat in a steady state, drop 300 calories. As you feel that the progress starts to plateau, drop it lower, until you found your sweet spot, or you just cannot handle it anymore. This is why tracking calories is so important. Or if you want to do an aggressive cut, do a 700 calorie deficit on day 1, drop 200 calories every single time you're feeling like you're slowing down even just a little bit. I do not recommend unless you apply these principles down here. Now, let's talk about the second tier of our iceberg, macronutrients. This is where most of the bodybuilding knowledge comes from. Now, the first thing You hear this way too much. I'm just gonna go through quick. Prioritize protein. Protein is basically the building block of your muscle if you want to build and maintain. When it comes to protein, if you're cutting, aim for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That is cutting number, bro. If you're bulking, might even go a little bit lower, like 0.8. If I am 70 kilos or like 155 pounds, 155 grams of protein, that is bulletproof for cutting. Remember, cutting. When you're bulking, you can go chill on the calories, up the carbs, up the fats, 1 gram per pound. If you're cutting very extreme or going very deep into the cut, you can actually just do 3 scoops of protein, bro. That's exactly what I did to jacked up my proteins while eating my calories super fucking low for a short period of time. Don't go around and say, oh, I'm doing this because Levi told me. Fuck or no. It's only right for a certain amount of context and for a short period of time. Your protein should also come from real foods, which I'm going to discuss lower. But second thing when it comes to macros is volumizations. There's not a lot of people talking about volumization when it comes to fat loss, bro. Most people talk about eat more protein, low calorie. What if it doesn't fill me up? What if I eat my 70 grams of protein, 500 calories meal, and now I'm hungry? What do? Volumization is increasing the amount of volume in your food while barely increasing the calories at all. Eat more low-calorie veggies like cabbage, like iceberg lettuce, like zucchini, like cucumber, which has electrolytes and fiber, which is going to keep you fuller for so much longer. And also add in berries, strawberries, like blueberries. Those are kings. When it comes to cutting, you want that fiber. Fiber is what keeps you fuller for longer. That's why complex carbohydrates is a longer digesting carbs, because it has fiber. It breaks down slower in your body. It's like energy pills. If you do straight sugar, when it comes to energy, it's like an overhand, like two. But if it's like a starch, like a glucose or things that has fiber, it's like two. Volumization. And this is one of the things that very people talk about is soups. Make more soups, bro. This is also belongs to volumization, but when you're making soup, it adds up to 0 calories. Making soups overall is just a superior way of cooking because you're keeping all that same nutrient and less carcinogens of burning the damn food, like grilling. For 0 calories, you're replicating that warmth, that hottiness, that feeling good sensation, which is so fucking useful to every single stage of losing weight. The third tier, now we're getting fun. Let's get to micronutrients, the fun stuff. Now, if you apply these 2 tiers, you'll get somewhere. You're doing good, but micronutrients is what gonna create the difference between good and good, because macronutrients can only take you for so far. This is like the bros who said, if it fits your macros, McDonald's is just 40 grams of protein, 20 grams of fat, and 50 grams of carbs. No, it doesn't work like that. Because when it comes to micronutrients or eating real whole foods, it creates a hell of a difference. Because real foods are simply superior nutrient-wise. They're so much more fulfilling. They're so much more nutrient dense compared to garbage processed foods. That is simply, there's no argument about this. It's food made by God, bro. When people apply this one principle only into their life, they would drop crazy weights, bro. Because overeating on real high quality whole foods is just so difficult. Your base should come from this. Your protein should be beef, lamb, bison, eggs, chicken, venison. Your carbs should come from quinoa, white rice, oats, barley, potatoes. Your fats should come from high quality fats that are not processed, which are avocado oil, olive oil, beef tallow, butter, ghee. And let's be honest, when have you seen a pro bodybuilders eat garbage junk when they're competing? No, you cannot physically eat 1600 calories and feel amazing with eating garbage junk food, bro. You run into fucking depression, schizophrenia, bro. Micronutrients determines your mood, determines literally how you feel. This take you somewhere, you can get to 12, 15%, but boy, if you want 10% body fat, I'm telling you, bro, you gotta invest in this. This creates a hell of a difference. And this is one of the primordial jade for me to lock in on that 10% body fat, brother. Now that you're here, just know that you're special, because this is the final tier of fat loss, which is the esoteric tier. This is the tier that I've never heard anyone talks about, or the long-term result. This is the long game. If you want to get maintaining leanness, health, mental clarity, everything. The first thing, it's gonna be salt, fat, and sugar. I want you to know that every single snacking industry have food scientists behind these companies, literally in their lab all fucking day, working to craft the perfect food that you yield, that you yearn for. And they use a thing called bliss point. Bliss point is when you have the perfect ratio of salt, fat, and sugar, that food you're eating is irresistible. This is why sometimes snacking is so damn difficult to cut out, because let's say you're doing everything up top correctly, at the end of the day, you're snacking, you're still breaking this rule and not getting that fat loss, bro. I want you to be mindful of salt, fat, and sugar, because when you combine these three together, they taste so fucking good, bro. Check this out, yeah? Boiled potatoes taste fucking disgusting. How do you make potatoes taste better? Fry them up in fat, putting some salt on them, and dipping them in ketchup. Now, another example, fats, or specifically in this case, animal fat. How do you make them more attractive? Putting a fuck ton of sugar on it, jacked it up with a little bit of salt. You got salted ice cream caramel. Boom. Oreos, classic. This is the one I used to binge the fuck on when I was depressed. That creaminess in the filling added with a little bit of saltiness and the carbiness. When these three are together, they create an irresistible offer for your tongue. Eat more plain foods, bro. I'm telling you, this is game changing. With that added soup, when you eat more plain foods, you're resetting your tongue. Your tongue used to be BDSM by all these jacked up tapes that are takeaways, which are designed to mask away the low dog shit quality of foods. Keep them simple, keep them plain. And now the second thing when it comes to the esoteric tier is removing the estrogenic substances. This one is a crazy game changer, because humans stores estrogens in our body in a way that is, if you have too much of unnatural estrogen, it makes the fat loss process so much more annoying. That's why you'll see your fat uncle says that, I'm old, so like metabolism doesn't work, but actually he just drinks so much beer. And people always think, oh, it's calories out. Your uncle's fucking cap as fuck. He just needs to eat less. But some truth in that sentence of his. When you drink beer, hops is estrogenic as hell. When you store more estrogen, that fat loss process is so much harder. You're making less gains, you're reducing your testosterone, resulting in a fat, sluggish, slowish body, which has gyno and stubborn fat, bro. Stubborn fat just comes from a fuck ton of estrogenics in your body, bro. So if you're a skinny fat guy watching this, you need to go on a small cut. I don't recommend going on bulk. You need to go on a small cut, because you need to cut down that fat, reduce that estrogenic, get yourself into a comfortable body fat where your body is reset and now you're ready to make more gains. There's literally no point in bulking if you're skinny fat. You're just gonna kind of carry all that fucking weight of the estrogens in the body, which makes it almost impossible to make gains. What are the most famous estrogen substances that you should look for in order to optimize your health? First of all, in your tap water. I know this is hard, I know. Your tap water, in foods, these are the big ones. It's soy. So cut out all that processed soy, even tofu. I don't see the point of eating tofu, bro. Sesame, flax seeds, cut them all out, bro. And it's also in seed oils, in soybean oils, in canola oils. These are jacked up in omega-6 and they're filled with estrogen substance. And throughout the processing, they've used hexanes and a shit ton of chemicals to remove the odor and the color of it, because it's an unnatural thing. You'll see people who eat a fuck ton of McDonald's, macros here, Their face is so puffy, it's so red, it's so inflamed. It's all from the omega-6. Now, estrogenics, some of the more schizo shit is like, it's in fragrances, it's in plastic BPA stuff. I'll make more videos about it. It's even in herbicides and pesticides. If you're eating low quality meat, they jacked up a shit ton of hormones in it. It is estrogenics, bro. And it's in milk too. Milk is not always out of the zone, but look out for milk. Alright, for a quick moment, if you want me to fix your damn diet and level up your nutrition game to finally unlock your full potential, you can apply to work with me one-on-one with the link down below, because I can only give so much sauce during a presentation or on a board or during content. If you're actually going into it, into the field, shredding your fat, you're gonna have questions. There's gonna be problem arises. So if you want to fast track your progress and cut away all the bullshit info on the internet about nutrition and health, work with me, man. I've given you guys the sauce to get shred and lean and fix your damn life and mood, bro. If you applied all of these principles, I guarantee your life will change in the span of 3 months, bro. Take a screenshot, note down these bad boys, write it down in the comments. I want to see what you guys have learned, and peace.